Today on Marilyn. If your family room is in need of a serious design takeover, then get ready for some serious style ideas when this room gets transformed by Jane Lockhart. Then, navy is the new neutral. Amanda Forrest shares how to keep your home cool and current with her color inspiration. Plus, Glenn Peloso gets you in the zone. Find out how to tackle those small space dilemmas. And bite into a taste of New Orleans. We're cooking up crab cake perfection. It all starts right now. Here she is, Marilyn Denis.
Everybody, hi. Nice to see you. Welcome. Thank you. Today, we're taking back the family room. We're taking it back. One viewer wrote to us for help with her family room that was overtaken not only by her kids, but by her job, too. Watch this story.
Hi, my name is Emily, and it's time for me to take back my family room. I am a working mother. I have 2 beautiful daughters, a lovely husband, and 2 dogs. I run a daycare out of my house in my basement, and I love it. It's my passion, but it does make things a little bit hectic. People call us the Cerise Zoo because with my dogs, my daughter, my husband, my daycare, it's just crazy. While my daycare is warm and inviting, the rest of my house does not match. The current state of my family room looks like my daycare. There's toys everywhere. The decor is not matching. There's pictures printed from the computer on the walls. I put my heart and soul into my daycare, but the rest of my house I overlooked, and I really just want somewhere where I can sit back and call home.
It's cold, but I'm excited. Okay. Hi, I'm Jane.
Hi, I'm Emily.
Nice to meet you. And I hear that there is a family room in desperate need where the kids have taken over.
Yes, come on in.
I'm excited. So this is the room that you wrote into Marilyn about. It is filled with a lot.
A lot of toys.
Yes, it is. So let's talk about some of the features in here so I know what should stay and what should go. First of all, the wall color. Was very beige and light. How committed are you to changing this color?
I'm very committed.
Okay.
I'm ready.
The room is very beige. It's a little blah, and I feel like it just blends away. But Emily's personality is bubbly, and I feel like the room should feel different to reflect her. What about this piece here? Like you've got our sofa sectional. It looks very well used, comfortable.
I think it's time for the sectional to leave the house and time to bring something a little more adult-like.
The sectional is great, but it's not perfect when you're trying to entertain not just family members, but other people. It's a little too soft and squishy. So we want to put something in that has a little more style. So I think what we're going to do is have you bundle up your crew, the pets, your husband, the children, and have you leave the house so that we can get started in here, because we definitely have a lot to do.
Thank you. I'm so excited.
Me too.
See you.
Bye. And we do have a lot to do.
All right, please welcome Jane Lockhart, everybody. Oh, I could just see the wheels turning. Emily and her husband Ron are in the audience. Nice to see you.
Hi, nice to meet you.
So when you saw her at the door, you're like, oh boy, this is going to be good, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
She means business.
I know she means business. She really does. When you take a look at an open concept, what's your first thought? Is it just, I've got to paint this, or I can take everything out? What do you do?
First thing is I assess the space, how much room there is,
Yeah.
and I like to believe there's a computer in my head going tee 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 tee, you know, like bionic brain or something.
Yeah.
In the end, you're really looking to see how cluttered it is and how you can reduce the visual clutter. Doesn't mean you can't have clutter. It's just I can't see it. What do I do to make that go away?
Right.
So I want to take everything out of the room to start with, so that we can look at the bone structure.
So down in the basement is the daycare, and upstairs you feel like daycare part 2.
Right.
Right.
All night.
And you want to all night. So you want to own that space again. That's what that's all about.
Yeah.
I know a lot of families go through that too. Well, Jane had 2 days to transform Emily's family room from playroom to stylish hangout. Watch this.
I'm ready to get started. Emily is now gone, and the room is mine. First step now is to get everything out of the room. Okay, come on. It's time to get the painters in here. While one-day painters are going to put our new color on the wall, which immediately is going to change the feel. Here's a little tip. When you're picking a color that you think you want to be blue, aim towards the gray side, because if you don't, you may end up with baby blue on the wall. I think that's a beautiful color, and it's going to blend very nicely with all the beige that's already in the house. All the furniture's here, thankfully, it's all on time. Now what we're going to do is get it all into the house, unbox it, put it together, and get it into place. While I let the walls finish drying, we have a lot more we can do in here, so let's get started. Daniel, it's time!
Coming!
If you don't love your floor color, buy a great carpet like this one from Urban Barn. It completely changes the feel of the room. I'm very glad to have my trusty helper, Daniel, on site. Then there's 2 chairs, 2 tables, and a big giant cabinet. Did I mention that? But every now and then, it can be a little, trying. No jaunty angles. Straight, straight. Well, okay. Close enough.
Okay.
All right. Thank you. Remember the big cabinet? Are we going to do that? The cabinet that we added is to give us balance. It creates a focal point when you're looking from the kitchen into the room. What I love about this particular piece from IKEA is that it has a really great color to it. It's not really brown and it's not really black. It's kind of a grayish brown and it's two-tone, so it gives us this really nice sophisticated feel. But because it has drawers, it gives Emily great storage. Painting's done, furniture's all here. I think it looks great. We are now ready for the next step on day 2. Okay, see you tomorrow. Day 1 was very successful. We got the walls painted, the furniture in, the carpet unrolled, but that doesn't mean they're slacking off on day 2, because we still have a lot to do today. So the first thing we're going to do is get the electrician in and get that flying saucer of a light off the ceiling. It's not the worst light I've ever seen, but
it does not suit this room.
no, I think we can do better. So I found this one. I selected this light because it's not too busy, it's not typical, and I think it adds a prettiness. Perfect, thank you, Danielle. Okay, I know we said that we're going to have this as an adult space, meaning no kids' toys, but I love this piece from IKEA, and it's easy to be moved out of here should the family wish to entertain without all of the kids' toys here. Although I like the overhead light, it's not the most comfortable light to live in, so I've added additional table lamps on either side of the sofa. These are from Pier 1, and I like them because they're monolithic, they don't have lots of moving parts, and they're white, so they add some brightness. Okay, here we go. Now we have light. You can see that by placing the TV back where we had it, adding all the other decor items make it less important. Meaning I know everyone's always going to look at the TV, but ultimately it doesn't have to be the center of the decor. Storage is a big issue for parents, and especially in the family room. So we have functional storage to hide away the ugly stuff, and we have display so you can put up the pretty things that you want to see. Okay, we did something for the kids, now here's something for the dogs. We're almost done, but this final touch I just need to add, and I think this is going to really pull it together. Okay, our final touch. These are called poofs. They're perfect for the kids to sit on, or they can be used as footstools. Now we're done, and it's just time to reveal the room to Emily. I'm excited.
You wait, Jane. Oh, hi. 3 ways to work a TV into your space. Jane is going to talk about you can't move the TV, so what do you do, Jane? What do you do?
Okay, you have to work with it, and that's what happens. Sometimes that's just the way it goes, where you've got to keep the TV, and really the reality is everyone wants a TV in their space everywhere. Now, sometimes you don't have a piece of furniture, and especially in today's open concept, you don't want to have a piece of furniture that the TV's on.
Yeah.
So this is a great example of what they call an articulating bracket. So I'm just going to pull this forward here.
Oh my gosh, I love that.
So it moves completely. I'm just going to show you here on the
matter where
back.
you're sitting,
I
no
don't know if
matter
you
what
guys
you're
can
doing,
see this, but right there you can see that everything is back here. Now, this particular one is from Best Buy, and what's nice about it is it actually has a cable management system in it, so you don't have as many problems trying with all the cables hanging down. Now, you can't see it here, but we've sneakily put the cable there. In your you're not allowed to do that, okay, any of you. No gluing that to the wall. You need to actually put a hole in the wall.
Yes, you do.
And then you connect it that way. Now, there are DIY kits that allow you to do that yourself, but this really helps clean up the area so that it looks a lot better. And you can tilt this. If you have an LED, your tilt is pretty reasonable. If you have a plasma, you can't tilt it you can tilt it, it's just you won't get as much viewing.
But if you have fiber TV, you won't need the cable.
There, you see, Love it, yeah. I think that has bonus written all over
I think
it,
that
right?
has
Yeah, bonus right there. Yeah, very
Okay, so we're
good.
gonna move over here. Okay. Next
So
up.
the next thing here, this is amazing. So this is for all the people at home who want a TV. You know who they are, but you think, oh, I don't want a TV. That's going to be ugly. But you have a nice piece of furniture and you don't want to stick it on there. Well, what we do is we use this little sneaky button.
This is great.
Yes. See, Marilyn?
I love this.
So this is from leevalley.com. So you have to go on their website to get it. It's called a TV Lift. And basically, it has a built-in motor, so you just plug it in. You're not doing wiring to make this happen.
Right.
You mount it on the wall the same way you would mount on any type of TV bracket. So you need studs. If you're not good, you have no studs at home, then hire someone.
Hire somebody.
Hire a stud to put it up for you. What's great about this is our furniture builder, for instance, will build us a cabinet and put a TV lift in it. Yeah, so they create a cavity that it goes into, or I've even seen it at the end of a bed in the footboard. Sometimes you can put it in there.
Oh, yeah,
so
yeah.
you can really never leave your bed. You just lie in bed.
But I like the fact that it's hidden behind the desk.
Yeah.
You know, just
so this
'cause
is
it's
a little tricky thing that Daniel here did, and I think it's a great idea. Just
great
you can
idea.
have it there, and it's available for you, which
Now,
is kind of nice.
There's the old-fashioned, but we all still love the TV console stand.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So TV console, very typical for a lot of people today. Now that TVs really are attractive things, people want to show off their technology. Now, the one thing I'll say, this has a beautiful chrome edge on it. If you want really good TV viewing, get black, because it helps to bring the color out on the screen a little bit more.
Okay.
So the shinier this is, the more attention it attracts. So if you don't want people to look at it, don't get chrome.
Okay.
This is from IKEA. This is a great unit, obviously. Thing about TV height. In some cases, you have no choice, right? Where when we were looking at Emily's space, the TV had to be higher. But the farther away you go, the higher the TV can be. We try to aim for the bottom of the television around 30 inches. Your ideal viewing is about 9 to 12 to 15 feet. The farther than that, you need a bigger TV. Now, don't listen to the other people in your life who tell you you need a giant TV, even when you're 2 feet away. I know who they are. Yes. So the one thing that I have a little pet peeve with, and I see this with every single client, as you go in, they have their TV like this, no problem, hide your cables, is they have 20 remotes on the table, right? Okay, is this you? Is this anyone here?
No.
Yeah.
But I know what you're talking about.
So
what
I highly suggest, this is my own personal one. I brought it in today. This is a Harmony remote. This is actually a Canadian company that created this in Waterloo. And basically you program it to show all the things you want to do. So you have one remote for everything. Because I know what you do. You have one remote to turn the TV on. Then you have one to turn up the sound. And then you want to use your DVD player. That's right. And then you need one for your Apple TV. So that's how you end up with all of these remotes and cables everywhere.
So where do you get that again? You go
This
online?
you can buy, yes, you can buy it online, or you can go to someone like a Best Buy and get it. If you're not great at programming, we have a tech guy who works with us full-time dealing with our clients, because it's like trying to fix your car now. It's hard to do. But if you get a pretty good understanding of this technology, you go online, you program it, and you put in everything you want. So I have everything on one remote.
That is awesome.
I just can't lose this.
This
is the problem. Yes.
Please take that home with you.
I will. I'm just going to carry it right out here
now.
with me.
Hey, when we come back, Jane's going to show us how to place furniture in relation to the TV, plus the big reveal. We'll be right back. So we're back with designer Jane Lockhart talking about how to arrange furniture around the TV in your family room, and the typical floor plan would be what?
Okay, so we have one here. This is a magnetic board, and I've added in a fireplace here just to give you the sense that, okay, sometimes people have a fireplace in their family room. These blank spaces here are windows. And then we have an entry. So typically you'd have an entry and a window somewhere.
Right.
So the problem with the TV is it needs to be seen, right? And everyone wants to see it. So the challenge is they think first, where do I put the TV? Now, most of my clients, when they move into a new house, do exactly what the previous homeowner did when they moved their furniture in.
Because we thought, well, that looks okay.
I bought the house, right? It's got to be all right.
Yeah.
But the reality is you really want to think about how you're going to use space. And most family rooms are TV oriented. So the first thing people think, oh, well, I'll just put it here because it's a big wall and I can see it. And the problem with this is it's a big wall and you can see it. Meaning when you walk in, it becomes, it becomes a focal point. So I always say to someone, what do you think the money wall is? Where's the money wall in this room? What do you think it is?
That is that wall.
It is that
Yeah.
wall. Now,
Yeah.
as much as I love Belle and I love TV, we don't want to put this on the money wall because it's hard to come back from the TV. It is hard to decorate around it.
Right.
So for me, I would put it on the wall opposite so that it still gets its own wall and it's not the first thing I see when I walk in.
Gotcha.
Then, here's a little designer tip because we're a bright category. The name of the room is describing what should be happening in that room, right? It's your focal point. So if it's called a family room, the focal point is the... Wow, that was hard. Wow, that was, you guys had to work at that. Okay.
So
family,
seating.
that's right. So you want to think about it. The focal point in that room then is the family. So I can put a sofa here, which makes it the focal point that I look at. Look, you know, the fireplace is a great addition in any room, but I can tell you right now, the TV will win the focal point war over the fireplace any day. The only way that you can beat a focal point of either of these is at a mirror, because everyone stops to look in a mirror. So it's a really good fail-safe. Now,
And you know, the other thing about fireplaces, I know we get questions about, oh, it's in the corner, it's this and that. It's an accessory. It's a mood-setting thing.
that's right.
It is not the focal point.
And in fact, values
Yeah.
of homes are predicated on that. When you put in a fireplace, you get about 30% return on investment. So it's not, so that says people
Even
really...
they feel the same way.
Yeah, really, yeah. So people
right.
like fireplaces, but they're saying, you know, it's not going to kill me if I don't have one,
Right.
ultimately. So I put in another sofa
Nice.
here.
Good idea.
And I'm just going to...
That's a good idea, because I'll lay on one, you guys sit on the other one.
Yeah. So I'm going to put in chairs here. Now, people get paranoid. They get worried because they think, oh, my gosh, my seating is spreading out. That's okay. The best seating you'll have is always corner to corner, where people can talk to each other. The worst seating will be from here to here. These people will not talk to each other. They are not going to yell out about their gallbladder surgery to this person over here, okay? So you always want to keep corners to each other. That's how you get good conversation. This is a coffee table. It is not a carpet. Okay, so I just want to be clear about carpet sizing. You want the first 2 feet of any piece of furniture on the carpet, or it's all off the carpet. If you have okay, maybe not this small, but if you have a carpet that sits in front, the room feels more formal because you see more hardwood. If it goes underneath, all your furniture, right, almost wall to wall, it's more plush, it's luxe, it's comfy, it's more casual, right? Because you're kind of lying or nestling into the carpet.
If you do have an area rug and you do that plushy kind of look, how much space from the wall to kind of like that kind of a border?
Okay, so this represents a lamp on a side table.
Sure.
I always like to look at how big this is to figure out, I don't like the 2 front feet of my side table on a carpet because then it leans back and the lamp forever is not straight and I have issues, okay? I'll just say that. So I like my lamp straight. So I always do it just in front of where my side table is gonna sit.
Okay.
Yes,
Gotcha.
now-
So the front feet are of the sofa.
On the sofa, but
Okay.
not the table. And
Sure.
I have 2 of these, and the reason I have 2 is because I like that look. When you come in, I like to create what they call a pyramid when you look at your money wall. So I have my low sofa back, then I'm gonna have my 2 lamps that are tall, and then my art, which goes up a little bit higher again. So you create a pyramid in the room. And this little round guy is just another little side table that I can put in here, or I can put here. So these are what we call baby cocktail tables. They're single bases on them, and you can just grab them and move them around. Nesting tables is an example of that. So you get good conversation, that's right, in the space, but you also have good viewing of the television.
Let me ask about the carpet again before.
Yes, okay.
So if the carpet's just on here, where does it go here?
I would stop it before that because I have a door entry here. So I would be just right in front. And the reason
here, like you stop it here.
Yeah, so carpets, like our carpet here that we're standing on, Marilyn, become a room divider, right? So without building a wall, if you want to separate, especially an open concept, one area to another, add an area carpet.
Okay, good.
Because it changes the space.
Great lesson. Thank you, Jane. How about that? It is now reveal time. Jane had to transform Emily's living space from playroom to stylish hangout for the whole family. And I think we gave you 2 days. Watch this.
I'm so excited and nervous and anxious, and I cannot wait to see the transformation of my family room.
Remember how your room was before? It was all beige, big giant sectional, kind of blah. And you said, you know, I really want it to be adult. I want to take this room back and I want it pretty. Okay, you ready?
Yes.
Open your eyes.
Oh my goodness.
I love watching people's reaction when they see a new room. I feel so elated that she is almost speechless. Almost.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Okay, so the obvious change is the wall color.
Yes.
So it is no longer beige. It is blue and kind of a blue-gray, so an adult blue. Beautiful sofa. This is a lovely piece from Urban Barn, and it's in a leather, so it's family friendly, and it's got that beautiful style to it. And then the carpet is nice because there's lots of patterns. You can't see spills on it, but it also looks very grown up in its style. Instead of having the big sectional return piece, we added 2 chairs and a cabinet, which gives some nice display. So I have great pictures in there of the family. You can put the girls' things in as they grow up, and then there are drawers in the bottom for storage. Added the 2 poofs from HomeSense, which I love because the girls can use those to sit on, or you can use them as footstools. And I had to put a little bit for the girls because they need something, but notice how it's color coordinated. Just saying, our little kitchen there, love that. Changed out the drapes, kept your TV, but it doesn't seem like the story anymore. And you'll notice the flying saucer of a light fixture is gone to have something that is easy to maintain but gives kind of a nice feel to the room.
Perfect. Beautiful. Now that everything's done, I feel happy, I feel excited, and I really just feel like my house is complete.
I'm going to let you enjoy the room with the family, see what they think of it, and thank you so much.
Thank you
It's been a
so
pleasure.
much.
Your job as a homeowner at some point is to reclaim your space, and that's what they've done. And look at them in there. They're totally enjoying it. I think this is great, and the kids are happy too.
All right, thank you, Jane Locker. Look how brilliant she is. So, do you love it? It feels like an adult room, doesn't it?
It's so beautiful. It's organized, it's clean, it's bright.
Yeah.
We can really just relax at the end of the day.
And I bet you when you are having breakfast in the morning, you look over that room, you go, this is an adult room now, right?
Unreal, unreal.
Yeah,
Like, what a transformation.
That's great. I'm so glad that you're enjoying it. It was our pleasure to do that. If you or someone you know needs a decor makeover, go to marilyn.ca, click on Be on the Show, just like these 2 did. We have to take a break. Thank you, Jane. We'll be right back. Welcome back. Whether we're talking fashion or home decor, monochromatic is really in. Here's interior designer Amanda Forrest.
Welcome to my client's home. It has undergone quite a massive transformation. I wanted to use a monochromatic color palette, but it was still important to add interest, so I've done that in the form of a lot of textural elements. One example of texture is in the floor here in the foyer. I've installed the tile in a herringbone pattern, which is really interesting and widens the space. And I've added an interesting geometric pattern wallpaper on the ceiling, which creates a cool reflective glow in the space. Now there's so many other things to take a look at in this house. Let me show you around. I really wanted the fireplace to be the focal point of this cozy family room. So I've used the tile on here as a great jumping off point. It doesn't have a lot of color to it, but it has a lot of interest. I flanked the fireplace with a couple of built-ins. This is a great area for the clients to display their ever-changing art collection. Next, I was left with this really long, very blank wall, so I wanted it to feel more interesting as well. I installed some wood planks all across horizontally and then had it painted out white, and I think it creates a really great effect. Now, although the house doesn't have a lot of color in it, it was important to add a little bit more interest into this room. So I've done that by using navy. Now, to me, this is the new neutral. I loved it so much, I actually carried it right through the kitchen. The island is definitely the most colorful piece in this house. So if you're afraid to go for color but want to do something interesting, navy is definitely the way to go. Next to that, I've added a couple of bar stools. Now these are really on trend right now because they're done in a lighter leather. I also really like the detailed stitching on top of them. From there, the perimeter cabinets are all done in a nice, clean, bright white, and I've added brass accents in the light fixtures and in the hardware and also the faucet. I've completed the entire look by installing this really pretty patchwork backsplash. It really balances out the fireplace. Now I've got lots of other cool tile elements to show you upstairs. I really wanted the master bathroom to have a cozy feel to it, so I installed tile on the wall that actually looks like painted wood, but still holds up to all the moisture. I've echoed the gray undertones into the glass tile in the shower and installed it in a herringbone pattern very similar to what we did in the foyer. To finish the whole cozy factor off, I've added in this really pretty vanity. It's got a bleached oak effect to it, and I've continued this wood into the master bedroom. The clients really wanted to create a spa feeling in this room, so I've purposely left the walls very quiet and blank in order to allow the textural elements to shine. Starting with this really nice oversized headboard. It's got nice wood detailing on it, and then it's upholstered in a great linen. From there, I've layered in lots of textural accents, like these really nice soft pillows. They add interest, but not a lot of color. And the end of the bed is finished off with this really pretty hand-stitched throw. Now the details continue in this quaint seating area where we've really added to our spa feeling. There's a couple of chairs with a lot of nice textural detailing on them, a coffee table, and a beautiful light fixture, which all lends itself to the gorgeous view outside. If you want to create a monochromatic look in your home, go for it. Just be sure to use a lot of textural elements to add interest.
Okay, please welcome Amanda Forrest. And, you know, we talk about it, as we said at the beginning, in fashion, navy is such a great, it's almost softer. And I love navy, and it's a neutral.
Too. Exactly. I think it's one of those colors that if you want to add a little color, but you're unsure where to go, navy really is a great safe bet because it looks great over time.
Right.
And it looks good if you've got more beige interiors or more gray interiors. So it doesn't mean you have to repaint everything or rebuy everything new either. You can add to it.
So you're going to show us how to decorate in navy. And the thing is, mix the textures. And there's a lot
of textures. As with all my interiors, there's always a lot to look at. That's for sure.
I love it.
Okay, I mean, one of the first things that I love about this vignette is the wallpaper. It's from Crown Wallpaper, and it's a faux crocodile. And we actually did a very similar wallpaper in a client's media room with this, and I just love the texture that it brings. So you could just paint the wall navy if you wanted to, but this is an extra interesting element. So if you did one wall in wallpaper and then you painted like the perimeter walls in a navy, that would be great. Then I've got another kind of denim texture in this sofa. So this is from StrucTube, and the great news is there's a lot of good price point navy sofas on the market. If you start looking, because it's gotten more popular, as in with fashion, it's more readily available. So you don't necessarily have to do something completely custom.
Right.
I tied in the two textural elements with these pillows from LT. They've got the sheen in this velvet here, same as the wallpaper, and then the more denim stripe picking up the couch.
And I see that also you found, like once you get going on navy or a color that you
everywhere.
really like, I was saying to Amanda during that
These
story,
are so pretty,
how
aren't
much
they?
I love these boxes.
Yeah,
How pretty are
I
they?
absolutely love them.
Yeah.
These are from a cute store in Toronto called Black Rooster, and you know, great for hiding the TV remote. That's always what I want to do.
That's right, but never hide the TV.
No.
Okay, just keep it. So neutral. We're talking about accents because you got the navy happening. So I don't know where to begin here. The graphics,
the graphic part of it. So I think also most of my interiors end up having some kind of black and white graphic element to it, and I feel like it modernizes things or it keeps things a little cleaner. As an example, the rug. So this is a great price point rug from IKEA, and its graphic element really makes it feel more youthful. Like if I had done something that had more traditional elements, I feel like the whole room would start to feel more traditional. That wasn't what I was going for. I still wanted to be crisp.
Yeah.
From there, bold black and white photography. Everyone loves black and white photography. Every time I post about it, people have something to say. They all love it. And the great news is you can tailor the photography to whatever style you want. So this is an online company called Minted. And why I like this one is because it's big and it's oversized. You know, I love really big, bold pieces of art.
Work that's done at the tops of buildings. We never get the chance to see that.
No, I feel like
what
it's
a great
in France
thing.
or something. I'm not sure where that's from,
but all the work was done way up at the top. And then the black and white accent here.
And that's from IKEA as well. And then we picked it up in some the books from Indigo.
Okay, metallic finishes. Well, look at this table.
Well, I know.
How can you miss
oh
this
my
table?
Goodness!
It's
if
stunning.
I could fit this table in my bag, LT, I would. But it's quite a showpiece. And what I like about it is the glass is movable on top. So technically, you could actually put things in these bins. I don't know if the camera picks it up, but we were talking about like at Christmas time or something, putting like big, you know, like moss balls or something in it or whatever. But so I've done it in gold. You could go ahead and use silver as well. That would be fine. The metallic is also picked up in the base of the bench from LT.
Yes, I see that. That's really
it's
pretty.
picked up in the...
Look at this bench, though. Hello.
I know. Everybody keeps doing that to
We
that.
should name this bench.
I know. It looks like it's going to have an animal name to it. We've got this bust over here. Instead of doing a lamp, I wanted to put something fun and sexy in here. So we put this guy in here. And I have a bust in my room, which I hang all my jewelry on. So it kind of looks funny. I've got like all my chains and stuff hanging on it. But, you know, it's something different other than a lamp.
You know, if you're eating snacks on your couch and you look over the bust, you kind of put the snacks down because you want to look like the bust.
And you're like, hey, how's it going?
That's that reminder,
you
right?
You could probably make a name for him too, right?
That's right. That's right.
And then I picked up more of the brass in the chandelier. chandelier
Yeah.
here. This is
Oh
from
my gosh.
Universal Lighting.
Didn't even see
I
that.
know,
That's
isn't it
stunning.
beautiful? And this is a great price point. Lighting can be quite an investment. At $1,300 or so, I feel like this is a really good price for this. If I had a kitchen big enough, I would probably do 2 of these over an island.
Gee,
so.
that's pretty. That is
Yeah,
so
it's pretty gorgeous.
pretty. Now, we're going to talk about, you've got this kind of a monochromatic look, but you could do a complementary color.
You could,
and you've
absolutely.
chosen
So
some
I'm going
great
to
things
ask
here.
for a little bit of help.
Sure,
I'm going to pull
sure.
these. Let's leave the blue ones because it's a little bit
blue ones are
easier
left.
for
Okay.
camera.
All right.
And then I'm going to go with orange because I feel like orange
Yeah,
looks
that's
really
pretty.
fantastic,
Yeah.
right? So these are from Tonic Living. So you put one of the
Like
big
that?
ones. Yeah, exactly like that. You can place that one wherever you see fit.
Okay.
If you're good with it there, fine.
I don't know.
It's pressure now. I'm gonna check it out when it's done. Okay.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna add in a couple of more.
you want that out?
We can just layer
You're
it.
there.
It's a little bit easier
Oh,
for
okay.
camera. And then
Oh, see how
something like
pretty-
that.
Yeah.
So here
That's
we go.
pretty.
This is an example of how orange looks. So if you wanted something that's a little bit brighter than just the navy, go for it.
Sure.
So now we're gonna pick up the orange pillows.
Okay, it's another season.
Yes. And we're going to do apple green.
Apple green.
I'm a huge fan of apple green. Green never seems
Isn't
to
that
go
the green
away.
that's coming in this year? That's the big Pantone
Yeah,
color?
there's a lot of green, and
Yeah.
I just feel like, it's perfect with nature. Everyone seems to love it.
Okay.
That's from IKEA, a great green color. That one's from Tonic.
Okay.
And now I've got another book from Indigo and another little catch-all plate here from Black Rooster.
Just to tie it all
See,
in,
I think people will like the
right?
green, right?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
then if you want to go a little more wild.
Oh my gosh,
This is
what
a
do you have
pillow
here?
that we have for props, but I thought this would make a funny dog bed. So in this, look at the fringe on it.
It's
Wouldn't
so
that be super cute?
fun.
So put this down here for your pup.
Nice.
Actually, I got to show you this too. Look at this stool.
Let's
This
see
is from CB2 and it has legs on it, animal legs.
It's like a horse leg.
Look at it.
It's like a hoof.
Isn't that? It has hooves.
That's so cool.
Oh, so cute.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
And then we can finish the whole thing off with some flowers, and
Yeah.
now we've got a nice.
So there you go. You can
different
go
color
monochromatic because you got navy, great backdrop, and then
Yep.
you can add accent colors, and away you go.
Yeah.
Amanda Forrest, well done. Thank you.
Thanks, sweet.
Nice to see you. We have to take a break. We'll be right back. I love it. Welcome back. Here with stylish solutions for small open concept spaces is designer Glenn Peloso. So, I don't know, large spaces that you've got a lot to fill in. How do you approach a small open space?
Well, as a good analogy, I sort of go, it's like an outfit. I'm not obviously going to wear my one shoe on my. It's a nice shoe.
Thank you.
Your shirt and your shoes and your pants all function differently, but they have to make a whole outfit when you put it all together.
Right,
so
right.
you need to think about the person, how that works with everything going together. So you're thinking about the whole look at the same time as you're thinking about each one of the little zones so that they all work together.
Right.
But it's deciding, how do I want it to work? Is it going to be a library? Is it going to be my office?
Yeah.
Is it going to be... And once you figure that out,
Then you can go with it.
carve out the section and
Sure.
make that furniture work.
Okay, so we're going to take an example of what a 1,000 square foot condo looks like. So
Right.
here we go.
So this was a space that we worked on, and when we originally got there, it was actually all walled up. So we took out a lot of the walls in this older space,
Yeah.
and opened it all up. So initially, we have the zone that's the entrance, a bit of a closet to one side. Then you have the kitchen, a bit of a kitchen area. It had already a built-in fireplace, so we used that space as being sort of a dining room, and then moved into the living room at the front, where it became sort of a media space. Added a bunch of storage in it, and you can see that there's another image where we put the furniture on top of this, so you can sort of see how all of
There
that
you
furniture
go.
goes.
Okay, okay.
So using something like a round table doesn't give you anything that's a hard break, so it very easily moves around it. You move into a couple of chairs that welcome you into this dining room, but they're still open to open you into the living room, but they're still open to the dining room, so it feels like you have a wonderful flow from front to back. This is how it ultimately looks.
Come on,
So,
let's see how it really looks like. This is so cool.
isn't it fun? So when we put it together,
Nice.
that's in the back section. And that, you can see that, and it's doing things like saying, I'm going to use the same cabinetry in the bar area as I did in the kitchen, and so that each space borrows visually a little bit from the previous
Because you
space.
can see it all in one room.
Right.
Right.
But not only that, it also makes, when you're in a really, really small space, as long as the kitchen looks a little bit like the next room, then when you're in the kitchen, it borrows from the dining room visually borrows from the kitchen, so every space feels like it's big. Nobody wants to go into solitary confinement. They always want to feel like they're in a big, huge space, because you just feel better.
You do feel better.
Yeah.
What do we have here? What's happening here? Using multifunctional pieces to what?
To-
Move things around?
Right, so
I love these chairs.
Aren't they fun?
I love them.
The idea really here is finding a bunch of different pieces that work really well to create additional function in the space. So doing something like a bar cart. If you have a small space, it gets used as a credenza, so I have a place to store some of the things. The box is beautiful, but you can store things like vases, so you're going to make some sort of a vignette so it ends up looking beautiful as you sit there.
And that's a beautiful bar cart, by the way.
Then something like, you know, the ottomans.
They look like little Tiffany boxes, don't
Aren't they cute? Yes.
They're beautiful.
They are, and you should see the ring that's in them. That'll be later. Yeah, I'm kidding.
What a great idea this is.
You use that as a little bit of a coffee table.
Sure
So you can sit down, I can put a tray on there, I could use it as some place to use things. But say I had a couple of other people that dropped over. Now I just need to move these out of the way, and now I have 2 additional seats.
Right.
So now I can create a bit of a conversation circle.
Yeah.
Or if I want to sit here and watch television, I also have a place to put my feet up.
Right.
So that I can create something that's a little bit more formal, a little bit more casual, and still have all that functionality. Then with something like a corner chair, I have 2 chairs that are going to create a nice little corner, but if I wanted to have something that was a little bit more formalized and we wanted to sit together, I've also now all of a sudden just created this little teeny yeah, there you go. And you can just, there you are. Please won't you sit?
You know what? I like corner chairs.
Aren't they gorgeous?
I do. Where did it? Is there a history with them? Sorry, I fell off my corner chair. Is there a history about corner chairs? Is it Victorian a little bit?
It is, and what they allowed you to do was to sit on the corner so that your dress could spread out onto it. Now, I've gone with the tighter dress today. Yeah, I couldn't get in the door.
Bodycon is what they call it.
Oh, is it bodycon? Oh, yes, I was.
And then we'll talk about the art. Now, let's talk about that.
So the art, really the whole idea of the piece of art is when you're putting the whole space together, you want to make sure that visually, this art is not only working in this little vignette, but it's also working in the next vignette, and it's working, so you're tying the whole thing together. It's sort of like the accessories have to work in the entire outfit of the whole space versus just the little vignette that you're creating, which you wouldn't necessarily have to do if you had a walled-off, closed-up space.
Right. Now, one more thing before you go. There's a lot of wall to a lot of these condos, like a lot of wall. We feel like that we have to fill those walls up, but we don't.
You absolutely don't. I mean, if your space is small, you know, and you need storage, which often small spaces do, use the walls because you can store a lot in the floor-to-ceiling space.
Yes.
And you don't want to use the floor. So I often say, if you had a room that was 10 by 10 by 10, you have approximately, and 10-foot walls,
right.
You have 100 square feet of floor, you have 400 square feet of wall. So if I gave up 1 square foot, like 1 linear foot of floor, then I could use the wall space. I'd have 100 square feet of storage, but I'm never going to walk on the wall unless you're Spider-Man, and you're not.
Kind of do that thing.
Then you want to do that.
But
But then you have tons of wall storage, and you close it up, and you still have a wonderful, clean, open look without having it being crowded.
Right.
People often go buy a piece of furniture, and then they're always rocking around, like worried about their knees.
Yeah, thank you so much for this. It's so cute. Is there a ring in here?
There is.
Okay.
It's not
We're going to have some private time because he got me something special. Thank you, Glenn. We'll be right back, everybody. Here to show us a New Orleans-style dish from her southern kitchen is Chef Laura Lynn Carter. All right. Getting that, and when she starts speaking, you're like this, It's so good. Welcome to the show.
Are you implying? Thank you. Are you implying I have an accent?
Not at all. Not at all. So you're from New Orleans, right?
No, I'm from Georgia.
You're from Georgia.
I'm from Georgia.
Okay. And what part of Georgia are you from?
Southwest Georgia, Albany.
Albany. Okay. And
or as they say there, Albany.
Albany.
Albany. I got a lot of Albany.
So you are going to show us how to make New Orleans-style crab cakes.
Yes.
And we have just discussed it. When I did have them, it tasted like bread a lot. Didn't taste the crab. Didn't taste really good. You are really infusing it with what is supposed to be crab cakes.
Right.
So tell us how to make it.
Well, first of all, here again, good ingredients.
Yeah.
Start with good lump crab meat. Don't get, whatever you do, please don't ever go get the imitation stuff and try to go with that. But good lump crab meat. I mean, you've got the big chunks of from the crab claws and everything in here, and don't overwork it.
Okay.
You don't. Some
what
people
happens?
Smash them. You just, just mush it all together. It just becomes mush.
Okay.
So, and you don't want to overbread it. Like you and I were talking about, that's where it just tastes like flavored bread.
Yes.
So don't put too much of the bread in it.
Okay.
So we're going to start with the lump crab.
Okay.
And then to that, we're going to add fresh green. We've got our scallions and we've got our bell pepper. So we're just going to put a little bit of that in. And I make these, my 20-year-old, I have 20, 14, and 3.
What?
Yeah, you heard me right.
What?
20, 14,
You got a
and
3?
I do. I had an after 40 surprise that.
Oh my God!
Yeah. My husband said he had an outer body experience when I told him that he saw himself floating over himself. But anyway, yes. So my oldest is in college. He's 20, and he is quite the chef. He does quite good on his own, and he loves crab cakes. So we make these a lot, and my 14-year-old will eat anything.
Okay, well that's kind of, they do that, don't they?
They do.
The 3-year-old is just being exposed to so many.
The 3-year-old is going to live on peanut butter and jelly. I don't know how I do what I do for a living, and I have children who won't eat.
Yeah.
So anyway, another thing with this, I don't know if you can see the dice of this.
Yeah.
Not much. Don't like do the food process.
Little pieces,
right. Yeah.
right.
I want to taste that. I want that flavor. I want to
Okay.
be able to, taste that bell pepper in there.
Very good.
So we're going to do that. We'll move that one out of the way. Then we're going to go with a little bit of scallion. And I only use the green parts. I don't get down to the white because they get a little bit bitter.
How close is the Georgia kind of cuisine versus New Orleans? I mean, is it similar? Is it because we're emphasizing this
Southern,
today?
yeah. Well, I'll tell y'all, Southern is about as diverse as anything you would see anywhere else.
Okay.
Because like you think of things like gumbo or shrimp and grits. Shrimp and grits are very common. But shrimp and grits in New Orleans is totally different than shrimp and grits in South Carolina or what I make in Georgia.
Right.
They all vary. We all have our own places we came from. My grandmother's fried chicken wouldn't be the same as somebody else's fried chicken.
Right,
So
okay.
it's all very different.
Okay, very good.
We're going to not overwork this, but you see, you're going to get that bite when you taste it.
Right.
When you bite into it, you're
Okay.
going to get that flavor.
Very
All
good.
right, then we have to have our wet ingredients. We've got to have some mayonnaise. We've got to have our binders that keep it all together. A little bit of mayonnaise. Don't go light mayonnaise. It's not the time. A little egg.
It's not the
It's not
time.
the time.
Go
This
for
is
full.
not where you want to do diet.
What's that? You got egg in there?
No. That's our egg.
Okay.
Got to have a little.
Is that egg and egg white or just the yolk?
Yeah, it's the whole
Okay,
thing.
okay, all right.
And a little Creole mustard. Now that's got a little kick. If you're not familiar with Creole mustard, it's got some heat and
Talk
spice
to me
it.
about that. How do we find that up here? Like hot mustard? You're looking for hot mustard. No, this is Creole.
It's Creole. It's got the seasonings in it.
Okay, all right.
I mean, it really does. Okay, now
right.
mix that up just a little bit. You see, I'm not over mixing it. But then we're going to add our lemon zest. And I always tell people, you get so much flavor from just this little bit of zest. And
Yeah.
really, of course, you think about it, lemon and seafood pairs beautifully together
Yeah,
anyway.
that's right. Yeah.
And so getting our little lemon zest going. Y'all have some big lemons here, too. I mean, I was in the
grow them
grocery
bigger.
store yesterday, and I was like, wow, big shrimp, big lemons. And
Yeah.
I'm going to have to put some in my suitcase and see if I can get through customs. All right. And then last but not least, we have our panko crumbs. Now, if you notice I said panko versus breadcrumbs. They're lighter. I like to use these better because they're not so heavy. They don't make a really heavy crab cake.
Okay, good to know.
Mix it together, and then I shape them. I like to shape mine into small crab cakes because you want to fry them up quickly so you don't get a lot of grease. So if you do this big,
Yeah.
it's like a mammoth burger, then
Right.
it's, not really good.
So that's the size right there. So
I
here
do
we
them
go.
like this.
Yeah.
And plus, if you wanted to serve these for a party,
Yeah.
they're the perfect size.
Oh, okay.
You know,
All right.
you could do that with it. And I don't have my glasses, so I hope I have them
Yeah,
on the
that's
right
okay.
setting.
I don't know how to work that thing, so it's okay. I just
Oh,
want
it's
you.
perfect, yeah.
Yeah.
And you want that sizzle, and you just want enough oil to keep the bottom from sticking and help cook it. just a
Vegetable
little
oil? Is that Laura?
Canola oil.
Canola. Canola, okay.
And
There
this
you
is
go.
where your pan will start spitting and sputtering
Yeah.
and talking to you.
Right.
And
So while that's happening, you're going to make spicy tart in 2 sauces.
right, you got to have something to go
Yeah,
along with
that's
it. You got
right.
to have your little dips, and this is where extra good flavoring comes in.
Okay.
And I like to do 2 different types because there are people who like spicy. My
Yeah.
husband can't get it can't be too hot for him.
Yeah, okay.
But then kids and other people who don't have that palate like something a little sweet.
Right.
So we're going to start with our mayonnaise. Because here again we're making a tartar sauce. So
Yeah.
you're going to have your basics. You're going to have your pickle relish a lot of times. Which is here, our sweet pickle relish. Sweet pickle relish. Little cayenne pepper, that's where your kick of your heat. That and from your Creole mustard again. Both of those are gonna be where you're gonna get your zing and your zest, if you will. A little scallion,
Okay.
can't go wrong.
Okay.
And a little lime juice.
Okay, and while you're mixing that up, the next one is...
The next one
I'll do that
is,
one.
all right,
I'll do that one. I'll be your chef.
let me check these really quick.
Okay, because she is busy.
Let me see if you're as good a sous chef as my 20-year-old. I called him, oh, yes.
Look at that, everybody.
Perfect.
Look
Yes,
at
you
that.
get that golden
Look
color.
at that.
Perfect, that's what you wanna see.
Thanks to you, Chef Laura Lynn. Everyone is going to go home with all 3 of her Wicker and Whisk products, including the mustard. So congratulations on that. So nice to meet you. You have to come back and see us. Bye, everybody. See you tomorrow.